Radio it, yeah.
We're going to run the acoustic back to the dressing room.
Absolute honor.
Oh, come on, man. It's just me.
I know. I read your book.
There you go. Exactly.
All right, we're hanging with the dude, 106.5 K-Whale. We're here with Corey Taylor.
Hello.
Corey Taylor.
Yeah, well, the artist formerly known as What the Fuck? Oh, wait, can I say that?
You can say whatever.
Okay, well, the fuck shit piss. All right, kick ass.
There you go.
All right.
So, quickly, one of the I'm a huge Ozzy fan, Black Sabbath. That's why I'm here this weekend. Other than interviewing you, of course.
Well, come on. I mean, if you gotta have another reason,
right.
I mean, Black Sabbath's a good one.
So I went to Ozfest every year, and there was two bands in my 10 years of Ozfest going that literally stopped me dead. And one of them was Slipknot in '99, and I saw him at the Gorge. So you guys.
Nice. I remember that show. That was the one where Clown impaled his eye on the mic stand, and that's why there are videos from that. He leaves literally after Eyeless, no joke. Like, the irony of it was not lost on any of us. He literally watched us pulling away in the ambulance. He had to get, I think it was like 30 stitches. Like, seriously, it was like 11 on the outside and like 18 on the inside. And he showed back up, and he's got this gigantic gauze eye patch on, and we're like, hey, you're fucked up. All right. He's just like, dude. Like, and so, but I remember that show because I remember walking around with some of the guys from Primus, which was really cool, and just taking it all in. I mean, it was one of the most beautiful sights I'd ever seen.
Oh, it was incredible.
Yeah.
Seeing with Zombie and Pantera, it was just an incredible night.
Yeah.
And especially once it gets dark in the background, looking out over the Columbia River and everything.
Yeah. It's fantastic. And then when we did it again on 2001, I can remember standing there and like I see Chris Novoselic like off to the side. I'm like, this is the strangest day of my life so far, and it's just gotten weirder ever since.
I do a show called The Crooked Dude Show with a girl named Carrie Crook, and we do an 11-question survey with every player we do because we don't go to 10. We go to 11.
I expect nothing but comprehensive, to-the-point questions. I expect nothing less. I'm ready to go.
First question, first concert.
Oh God, I'm kind of ashamed to say. Well, I'm not ashamed. Screw that. When I was living in Waterloo, I was about 12 years old. It was Waterloo, Iowa. They did this thing called the 4th Street Cruise, and basically what it was like this big car cruise through downtown Waterloo. And me and my friends went not because we were necessarily into cars or anything, just to get away and have something to do. Because it was very boring. And then we see these old guys starting to set up instruments and whatnot on this flatbed trailer, basically. And we're like, what? Is there gonna be a concert or whatever? And then these older gentlemen got on stage and they started playing like all these songs we didn't recognize. And we were slowly getting very burned out. And all of a sudden they left the stage and we're like, is there another band? And then they came back out and they proceeded to play Magic Carpet Ride and Born to Be Wild. My first concert was Steppenwolf, basically, and I didn't even realize it at the time. I was like, I know these songs. Let's go do drugs, basically. I mean, that's basically what it was. So at 12 years old, my first concert was Steppenwolf.
Nice. Your first album, and how did you acquire it?
My first album, technically, I had my first 2 albums. I got Iron Maiden, Somewhere in Time, and Motley Crue, Girls, Girls, Girls. So those were my 2 cassettes.
Of course.
Dating myself there. For you kids at home, cassettes were crap. But
you could throw cassettes on the floor of your car, and 6 months later, it's been stepped on, it's been crushed, whatever. Pull it back up.
It'll live. There's no skipping on cassettes. And if you put tape over the little things on the top, you can put other albums on top of crappy albums. So there you go. But yeah, I got them for my birthday. My grandma got them for me because I mean my family didn't have any money, so I just basically got I burned those tapes out. That was the first time I realized that Iron Maiden tapes have a distinct smell. Like they smell like corn silk, basically. If you really, because there was always the clear tapes. Remember the clear tapes? Everybody's like, you gotta have the clear tapes. You can't get these tan tapes. You gotta have the clear tapes. So I get the clear tapes, and I'm smelling it. No other album smelled like an Iron Maiden album. They all smelled like corn silk. I don't know why.
Your biggest influence or inspiration growing up?
I guess to be able to do this, I mean, I'd have to say there were like 3 steps. There was Metallica, obviously. There was Black Flag because of just the aggression in it. You know, I'd never heard anything like that. I mean, even Minor Threat didn't have that edge that Henry Rollins had. And then, and I'll be completely honest, Skid Row. I love that band. Amazing, fantastic band.
We're interviewing Sebastian Barr.
Oh yeah. You know what? Good luck. He'll kill you. He's first of all, he's 8 feet tall. Second of all, he has the strength of 10 orangutans. And I guarantee you, he does at least 4 jokes and goes. And you have to high five him.
So it's like he's on VH1?
Basically, yeah. Okay. I mean, he's exactly everything you saw on TV. That's what he is, and it's a blast. It's you just sit back and go, "Wow, this is insane."
Your favorite band or artist growing up?
Started out with Motley Crue, obviously. I mean, I kind of got like the punk thing from like my mom's friends' kids. You know, they were always my babysitter, and they'd always be playing like the Damned or the Pistols or the Buzzcocks and stuff. And that kind of begat like Def Leppard and Motley Crue and whatnot. But then like again, coming out of kind of finding my own musical voice was obviously the big 4. You know, I mean, Metallica, Anthrax, Slayer, Megadeth. I mean, to add to that, Testament, DRI. I mean, just all of these. Oh yeah, Exodus by far. You know, it was a great time to be a metal fan. You know, it really was. I mean, because it was really kind of getting into the real. It was getting away from the Dungeons and Dragons, which nothing wrong with that, but it didn't speak to us. We were just disenfranchised kids with nothing to do, except want to pull our heads off and kick them in the audience.
Yeah, we grew up in a small town in Alaska.
Well, there you go. You know exactly what I'm saying. So yeah, I mean, so that was my generation.
How long did you want to be a full-time musician, and when did you finally achieve that? You know, being able to quit whatever shitty job you had and become that musician.
Seriously, I knew when I was 12 that this is what I wanted to do. You know, I mean, there were a couple of years before that where I actually kind of considered being a teacher. Actually, I wanted to be a history teacher because I'm very passionate about history and everything that kind of goes with it. But then I realized that me in school, not really. But I mean, I knew when I was 12 that I had a knack for it. I knew I could sing. I just didn't know that I had like the necessary tools to be able to learn how to play guitar on my own, learn how to play drums on my own. I pick up music really easily, and I'm pretty much all self-taught. So that's when I was like, and when I started writing songs and whatnot, that's when I was like, you know what, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. And then, so I started my first band when I was about 16, 17, terrible, really bad, Bloodfest. We were called Bloodfest. We were a 3-piece, and I played drums and sang. And it was really bad, but I couldn't do both at the same time, so never mind. But that just got me into it, and then I started kind of writing my own songs, and the rest is history.
Favorite band you open for, and if there's any band in the history that you would want to open for, what would that be?
Well, with Slipknot, I've played with almost every band that I've been able to, that I've grown up with, basically. I mean, I've played with all of the big 4, I've played with Sabbath, I've played with Ozzy. I mean, it's been a dream come true for me. And with Stone Sour, I've played with a lot of other bands that, both Slipknot and Stone Sour have opened up for Metallica. I'm very proud of it, But there's a handful of bands that I would love to do some shows with. One's the Foo Fighters. I would love to do a tour with the Foo Fighters. I would love to do some shows with Tenacious D. I'd love to start and I know those dudes, I really know those dudes. And we were talking the other day about trying to start some acoustic beef and just be a little slow. Well, they need 2 guitars. I can do it all with 1. It's like, what does he do? He's a scunny asshole. Just so funny. So, there's still a bunch of bands I would love to tour with. But, honestly, the thing that I love is taking out newer, younger bands, man, and turning them on to to a whole different generation. Like, I mean, to kind of bring it back to Alaska, I've done so many shows with Crazy Fists.
36.
One of my favorite bands.
That's why we're here. Brock's a great friend of mine.
There you
He hooked
go.
me up with Michelle so I could do
Great
this.
dude. I mean, that whole band is fantastic, and they have such a unique style that anytime I can get them on a show, I do. We just did some shows with them in Australia with Stone Sour, or no, Slipknot, or Slipknot. One of
Some
those.
bands are
Some band I'm in. You know, I know it's not Muddy Wellies, but I mean, there you go. But yeah, I mean, I love that band.
All right, we got to wrap it up, so I'm going to skip to 11. Where's the weirdest place you've ever put your penis?
Well, because of ensuing lawsuits, I can't answer that correctly. But I will say it was warm.